According
Good
to
evening, good
partners.
afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, PALTI, Army, Palmy, non-binary folk, and of course, the two elephants in the room, Tone and Mo. Welcome back, gentlemen. Episode 55 AC. Talk to me.
Five,
There we
five,
go.
five. Yes, how we going, boys? We've been poo this winter, and we'll probably be poo for another couple of weeks yet before the racing starts coming back into a real mode of winning. So don't expect too much, Polty Army, for the next probably 4 to 6 weeks, but we'll have one pop up now and then for you. We always do.
Tone, you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got to get the good jockeys to thaw out, and the horses too. I think they're bloody terrible, shocking. I mean, the races were absolutely rigged there last Saturday. I don't know what the stewards and everybody's been doing, but there were jockeys winning on horses that shouldn't have been winning, and jockeys riding winners who shouldn't ride winners and don't normally ride
But
winners. It was terrible.
All right.
I don't know. I'd agree with you. I just think it's the off season, and we've seen some very strange results during the months of June and July.
Guys,
It's just the off season.
I'm shaking my head for two reasons. One, Marto says, and we're probably going to continue to be poor. Two, Tone tells us that it's the jockey's faults and some, I don't know, questionable rides and stuff. The bottom line, gentlemen, is let's keep it simple. Our job here is to pick winners. Let's not blame the racing. Let's not blame the jockeys. Let's just look within and just say, guys, we were shit last week and we're going to be
Well,
better. So let's take a
we
positive
only,
approach.
we've only got to pick one to be better, don't we?
Well, let's be positive.
No,
Focus
look,
on
this
one.
is this is a show about free information, and yes, we try to tip a couple of winners here and there, but it's all about information and what we see, what we like, and we share it. That's all
If
it
you if
is.
you really looked into it, I don't think a lot of the bloody, the big swinging decks, the big corporates, I don't think they did very well last week, to be
No, the
honest.
bookies cleaned up last week, mate.
You know, but
Well,
yes, Taz is right too. We should, of course, that's what we're all trying to do is pick winners.
that's right. So let's not make excuses. Let's get straight in
No
on it.
excuses.
And this
All right.
without starting with Kickstarters, let's start with a bang. I did say last week that we're going to have a new segment, and it's going to be called the Glory Days Bet.
Oh,
I got a surprise for you when mine comes up. In any case, the Glory Days Bet is named after Marto because he did find one at about 35 to 1. So we're going for our best roughie. Gentlemen, hit us up. Give us your best
Marto.
for the day.
okay, I'll go first. Flemington race 8. We got a soft 5. We do have to beat Jimmy the Bear here, but there is a foreign invader I like in the Kieran Maher stable. He does tend to take these European stayers and do well with them. 1600 might be a bit short for him first up, but in number 2, Relentless Voyager. He's got very, very good European form, having his first start in Australia. If Flemington track is playing fair, it's going to play right into his hands, and he will be coming home late. Very interesting at $20 for his first start. He's more of a 2,000 to 2,400 meter runner, starting at 1,600. Might be a little bit short, but very interesting to go at those sort of odds. He comes out of the the Andrew Balding stable over in England, who have done very well with 2 and 3-year-olds and carry on with the 4-year-olds. This guy's 5 years old now. Jayla Kennedy on 1,600 at a barrier 5. It's a rough chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Why not, Tone? Have you got one at a bigger
Absolutely.
price or a smaller price?
Oh, I wouldn't say. Oh, it's about the same, isn't it? Close. I've gone Flemington race 5, number 4, Angry Skies at about $29. It could be a bit less now or a bit more. $29 the win, $7.50 the place. We've got a honest jockey on board in Stackhouse. He'll be trying to get a win here. This horse has been brought back now. They've brought it back into city racing on a Saturday. Distance is no problem. And form's strong. It's had 2 wins from 6 attempts this time in at Metro level. So it's a roughie, but it is a sad day.
Oh yeah, I got news for you, Tone. It's drifted. You're getting $35 now.
There you go. That's
Loving the hands
Well, that's
together.
ruined that idea, hasn't it?
Oh, for $1, mate, you get 35 back.
Yeah,
Where are you going, mate?
perfect, Tone. Well, I'm going to Ipswich. And because this is called the Glory
Update.
Days bet, I found one that comes out of the Glory Days race.
Ooh.
Well, how's
that for you?
that? That's got to win, hasn't it?
And it's going to devastate everyone when it wins. It is race 8, number 4, Devastate. It's a golden horse. It's about 15 to 1. It's yet to win first up, and it is first up, but it's been placed 3 out of 5. It's won 5 out of 25. It's been placed twice at the distance. It's had a nice trial leading up to this, over 1,000 where it was placed. It's first up, 1,300. Devastate is the way to go. When I say primed with the Glory Days form, I think it was a while ago. But anyway.
Yeah. All the rage is about money in that race, and it could be devastating if your roughie gets up.
It would be very devastating. But look, I love Golan and I rate Angela.
Absolutely.
And I think first
it's an honest horse too.
Chance. So why not? Yep. We are throwing out a roughie. That's what we're there. Now, the reason I wanted to go this segment first is because people want to find hidden jewels in amongst what we say. Because we send subliminal messages, and it's a bit hard to say that word. And I thought, you know what, if people switch off early, at least they might switch off where we've thrown them out a winner, we've fluked one, we've hit a dart, and then they might watch a bit longer next time. Ascot, last couple of days, we put up a post day 1, day 2, we're into day 3. Marta, you've got a little bit that you might want to share with a few.
Yes. Speaking of shares,
without talking too much underwater about it, give us.
Well, shut up and let me talk then. I'll let you in on it. I'll get a little share in one that's going in the King George in race 2 at Ascot tonight. I can tell you all about it now because you won't see this until after the race is run. We've drawn out wide, which is a very good part of the track. We've got a nice, honest jockey on. We don't want to be going forward early because that'll exhaust him late. He's never seen the 2400, but he looks like he will. So we want a little midfield run. And Ascot track has been playing fair with a lot of things coming on late. He's going to be strong at the end of 2400. Just how strong is the question. But we are a definite live chance at about $17 in the King George.
And then it's coming to Australia, correct?
And then it will be coming out to Australia into the Kieran Maher stable, and he's looking at those 2,000 to 2,400 metre races. Big spring and autumn ahead.
Why not? Now,
money in the bank.
Your Kickstarters have been in race 3. That's where you've had all your form. I'm also going to race 3, but not the same venue. Hit us up with your Kickstarter first up, because I think I haven't done the analytics, even though they're all there in the computer and everything. And yes, we have been of recent not going as well, because I heard this somewhere. We can peacock, but at the moment we're a bit like a feather. We're going nowhere.
We'll be back.
Tone, hit us with your Kickstarter. Marta, get yours ready.
I'm ready.
And
I've gone up to Randwick this week. Randwick race 3. Of course, race 3 is the magic race. Race 3, number 4, Brave One, at about 4:40. We've got one of those criminal jockeys on board that I think can get up on this in what's his name? I think it's Dylan Gibbons. He's on it.
Yep.
It finishes strong. It's finished strong in its last couple of runs. I think it's at Rose Hill and was it Randwick or something? But they've been good runs. The only thing that worries me a bit, Marto might know a bit more about this, is barrier 12. That's the only thing. I think it's out a bit, but I think it's
a
good thing.
How will they race?
Yeah, I think that's actually going to be helpful for you on Saturday, mate. Wet track at Randwick, so you don't want to be on the rail. If you can get a couple pairs back and a couple off the rail, you're in the perfect spot, and that's where Dylan Gibbons is probably going to land that one. I reckon you're a red hot chance at $4. It's an open field, but I like it. I like it.
Marto,
Cool.
when you
Hello.
say that, is that for the shorter distant races in Sydney or the longer as well?
It doesn't matter. The rail's just going to be rubbish round the bend and up the straight, so you're not going to want to be there.
Oh dear, I'll keep that for later. I say, oh dear.
Oh, that's my thoughts, but yes.
No, that's
I
okay.
don't see, there's no more rain in Sydney, but I don't see an upgrade coming at Randwick. It just doesn't happen.
No, that's all right. Go where you're going. Give us your kick starter because I know where you're going.
Yep. Ipswich. I'm going up to Ipswich. We're giving Doomben and Eagle Farm a rest this week, and everything's gone out to Ipswich, out west, where the rain has stopped falling and it's drying up. I do think we're going to get a good four track here at Ipswich. Race 2, number 11, Henman. A little bit of an unknown stepping out to the mile trip because it's a 12 to 1400 metre horse being by an Iron Invincible. But there is a bit of stamina on the dam side. And the last 2 races, he's been closing late and running out of track. So he does look like he wants a 1600. I'm taking a little bit of a chance here with $4 odds. But Henman drawn 2. Justin Huxtable has won on this horse before. And, of course, it's the Munts boys. So anything could happen.
Interesting you say that. I had a look at that race only because one of my previous winners is in it, Boys Night Out.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the danger in the race. I just didn't want to mention that. Thanks, Taz.
Yeah, no, because that Henman is one that I've followed as well because Henman, I agree, stepping up the way that it's been racing, it looks like it should be finishing the race.
Yeah. As you know, I don't watch a lot of Queensland racing, but I did go back and look at the last 2 replays at Doomben, and it just looked like it wants that little extra. It's got to the line, closing late, and looking like it wants further. So who knows? But like I said, your one is the danger. Boys Night Out winning the highway by about 4 lengths last start. Maybe it's a little bit too fast for Boys Night Out, and Henman can get over the top.
Yep, I think that's the way to my shape. I think that, to be honest, whether they go 1-2 or 2-1, I reckon they do look the 2 that should be fighting it out. So good luck, and hope Henman gets over the top, and we even have a little exacta. I'm going to.
Huxley's on board too. I think he's a reasonable sort of jockey.
Well, I did mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like him as a hoop.
Nice. Thanks, Tone.
Well,
where are you going, Taz?
I'm going to Morfordville, race 3, number 3. Yep, I've gone to race 3, so went with Devastating, but before we go, I'm going with Starts Now. I've got themes with the horses that I've going with this week. Starts Now, 320. Jake Torroke on it for Joey. Jake has ridden his horse 10 times and has been in the money 8. So that's a pretty good record. Tells me, you know. That said, it's run second and second. But first up, it was second over 1400. Second up, it was second over 1600. Third up, it wins over 1540. It's perfect. It's the recipe.
Mine's up.
I think this horse should just jump, should find a nice trail, and all going to plan, just wins. That's all I can say. Now, I think it was scratched last start. It was nominated for me. 2-2 equals win.
Beautiful.
Cool. What are we getting for the 3? What are we getting in the all ups?
Well, mine will probably start at $1.90. But at the moment it's
after scratchings.
$3.20 because I think they're going to get a bit of rain there.
All right. So that's 12. Did you get, Tone? What price you got?
$4.
It was about $4. Yeah. So we're getting them just under 50 to 1 now.
That's about what we do, don't we?
Well, that's what we do when we get it. But that said, I mean, I think I do think all 3 are huge chances to at least weigh in as well. So you can do the Barney bet, and that is place, because we haven't talked about Jace for a while.
That's an idea. No, the old boy's got a big crook. He's done his back. He's feeling his age. Hello, Jason.
You know why he's done his back.
Barney. Shag his back.
He's down on his knees, hands and knees.
You don't know because he's carrying all you blokes up there at the reef.
Oh, I don't know about that. I know a few guys that disagree, but he's still a top bloke.
No.
We love you, Jason.
he's trying to get in shape, and just in case he's called up for a Geelong finals match, that could be it.
Well, they're red hot.
You're going all right. I tell you what,
Yeah, doing well.
they're into Sammy Walsh as well, and I reckon they could have him. How's that? I'm going to go on the record, and I reckon they could have him.
You don't want Sam Walsh?
Yeah, I reckon they can, and there's reasons behind me saying this. If they don't get him, it's all right as well. But I reckon they could have him because he just doesn't seem to get his body right. Now that doesn't mean that he doesn't go along and gets himself right. But with the Blues now bringing up Jagger next year, we inject a little bit of speed. I know he's a loss, but I think he's got value, and the time to trade is with value. Curnow and Harry Mackay, do you want to lose one of them? I don't know. I still think that they can play together. I just think that maybe if we're going to lose one to try to get something, he might be the one that goes.
Right, yeah. Well, if it was me, I'd be saying of the two, I'd let go Mackay. Because Curnow is much more accurate in front of goal and he can play up the field, where Mackay tends to stick around the forward pocket. And he's throwing those snapshots in front of goal from 30 metres out. That's just disgusting. Of the two, that's the one I would let go.
I thought that way initially, and then another Carlton supporter friend of mine was telling me Harry does work a lot harder than Charlie. I don't want him to go. I don't want Charlie to go because Charlie, I think, is a good marketing prospect as well for the club, for the brand and bring supporters and stuff. But
Sure.
Mackay, you see him late in the game, working up the wing, taking those clutch marks. Is he soft as butter? Yes. But has he and can he produce in some big moments? Not necessarily in front of goals, but up the field, yes, as well. But anyway, that's Carlton.
Yeah.
They play North
All
Melbourne.
right.
Pezza, if you're
Let's get
around,
into
get stuffed. Bad luck to you.
interrupt you there, Tone. Taz.
Yeah.
Our moral of the night, Charles Darwin has just run away from him 1 by 3 lengths. Race 1 at Ascot. We got a tick on the $1.66 favourite. It was the moral. That's your multi-anchor.
As they say, small fish are sweet, Marto. Small fish.
You can't back him. It's odds on, look on, but it was definitely a multi-anchor for the night. Like I said, form was franked behind it in leading into day 1 and day 2. So, it was a moral of the night. So and proved to be so.
500 into which one? Which one have you gone?
I just went that one into Trawlermen.
800.
I went that one into Trawlermen.
There you go.
Trawlermen to win the cup.
What race is that?
4, I think it is.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'll have this up before then. Now, everyone really watches this show, not just because of how good looking we are, not just because of the dulcet tones that we produce, not just because of the racing knowledge that we have, but I don't know what they watch for, because I said it's not because.
I was wondering where you're going there.
Well, they like to reduce, their choices or their steeds when they're doing their quaddies and say, "Nut, Tones tip that, put a red line through that one."
That's why I don't know why they do. I've got the Bayside Argonauts, so I'll just put that there. 11 wins straight. Tone, where is your titanium tip?
I've stayed up in New South Wales up at Randwick, race 4, number 5. Get on Peggy Bank. It's around about 650.
How did you find it?
Braith Knock. So you've got to look for jockeys who are honest and having a crack. He claims to. This horse comes home hard, and it's in good form this prep. So there we go. That's it.
Definitely. Braith Knock is about 8 wins clear of the jockey's apprentice title in Sydney at the moment. So he's almost got that sewn up. And honestly, he could ride a rocking horse to win right now.
Yes. Broomstick, anything, couldn't he?
I do like him as a jockey, very honest.
At the moment,
that's the way that
he's an apprentice.
Well, right now, see how he goes when he loses his claim, because I mean, it happened to Zach Lloyd. He was the best apprentice around, and then he lost his claim, and now he's just sort of average. Poor Zachy Lloyd, but yeah, I like this one. I think you're drawn well. I think you got the right race set up, ready to go. I don't mind. I definitely got it in my numbers as a top 3 chance. So good luck to you, Tone.
Well,
There's a
okay.
common
If we're in the
theme.
top,
A common theme that's been happening with you and Tone. I've been noticing it the last few weeks. You bet in the same states.
Well, he knows where to
Well-
go. He knows where Premier Racing is, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, you bet in the same states. I mean, are you guys sort of cheating on me? Are you guys having individual chats and you're not
Well,
talking to
if
me?
it was me, I'd definitely stay away from South Australian racing. But that's where you find your little gold nuggets. So why not stick to what you know?
Well, I tell you what, they haven't been that great of recent because I reckon they've been brown nuggets, not gold. But anyway, we won't.
Your wheel needs the bearings regreased, mate. You'll be right.
I think so. Marto, where are you going? Come on, tell us all.
I'm going staying in the Premier State of New South Wales, race 7, number 2, Get Along. It's Get Along versus Storm the Rapids, race round 2. Storm the Rapids got us last time, just beat us late, but there's a 3 kilo weight swing this time. There is a ton of speed up front. I want Nashley Rawwater to just sit behind that speed and not try and lead him out because if he does sit behind the speed, it's going to be all set up for him. Like I said, we've got a 3 kilo weight swing on Storm the Rapids this time, who just got us late on the line last start. I see that result being reversed this time. Get Along, get on at $4. Randwick, race 7, number 2.
I like it.
I do too. And just because I can't stay away from you blokes, I've also gone to Randwick as well.
He's followed us in, Tony.
I have.
Oh, the Godolphin in race 10.
I've gone around with race 6, number 4, Zap. Now, this horse last start was 25 lengths off the winner.
Yeah.
And you're probably wondering, how can you pick a horse that finished 25 lengths off a winner? It was too bad.
Oh, looking at my form book, are you?
I don't know. No, it was too bad to be true. It was a heavy track. It's had 3 wins and 3 placings from 7 over this trip. So it drops from 2,000 down to 1,800. I just think put a line through its last start. That's all. I just can't find any reason that this horse went that bad. I didn't look at the stewards' reports. I didn't do anything. I just thought 25 lengths last. No, put a line through it.
Well, yeah, like I said, that's... Sorry, carry on. I won't cut you off.
The problem is this. Dylan Gibbonson's on it, and Tone's already tipped a Dylan Gibbons horse. Second to that, this is drawn the inside, and Marto just telling us about that's not the place to be. So there's a problem.
You're not going to be forward, though.
No, this will.
It'll be behind the pack, I reckon.
Yeah, well, the way I see the race mapping, and this is what concerns me, I think there's pace from the outside. I think we're probably 1 or 2 back on the fence, just getting an crazy ride. This is how I see it. And then we just get a patient ride. Gibbons pulls it out and just goes bang. Now, that's how I see it. But with all the information that you two lads have given before, this is definitely a prime candidate to put your line through, or to put a line through you blokes and forward.
I disagree with you there, Taz. I think. Well, I disagree with you there, Taz. I mean, Zaphod does like to go forward, but I think if he's sitting behind this pace here, you've got Jamboree drawn outside that's going to go forward, and I think Promito goes with it.
Yeah,
and Gibbo can get behind them. Yeah, if Gibbo can land behind them, run along in third in transit, and he'll have space in front of him. He'll have space behind him. Shouldn't be too much around him, so he'll be able to pull out late and come home strong down the outside of those 2 leaders. I think it does set up well for him, but that's our race plan. We just got to see what happens on the day, of course.
Well, Tone, is Gibbo an honest jockey?
He can be.
Well,
he can be. He can be. Like Saturday, might be trying. Might be having a go on Saturday.
Well,
I said talking about jockeys. What's name's gone right off, and I've had to put him in the book. Harry Coffey.
What do you?
Marto will know. Marto will tell you this. If you look back the last couple of weeks, the odds-on pops that have been getting beat, Harry Coffey's been on. Things that shouldn't have been beaten, he's been getting them knocked off.
But are they posted at the right price?
You think he's been
Are they
taken?
really odds? I
Well,
think you get
that could be one of the things,
I
but
think
geez,
like in Sydney, you get a JMac tax on the favourite. I think you can tend to get a Harry Coffey tax when there's no Willow, there's no Blake Shin, and those sort of like they've gone interstate or they're injured. And Harry Coffey tends to be one of the better jockeys there, so you get a bit of a tax on the jockey
bit of a
booking.
tax.
Yeah, which puts them under the odds, I think. Um, but look, hey, our best bets this week, they all look good. We all like them.
Yeah, I
What are
think
we
Just hope the
getting for the
race runs to
three?
plan.
Taz, you've got to
What are
do
you
the
getting?
numbers. What are we getting for the long
No, we're
shots?
getting
Mardo, what are we
four,
getting for our
340. What we get there, that's 1350. What was your price, Tone?
about 650? Probably around about $6.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're getting about 80 to 1.
one. Oh, what's good?
40, 80s,
Hey, well,
and what for the roughies?
let's no, let's hang on. With our best bets, a formula that has worked before, and we've seen it on the page from you, Taz,
Yes.
is that Taz and I win and Tone finds a place because he's got a bit bigger odds and a much more open race. Gone win-win place, and that has actually come through.
It
Yes,
has.
that has happened. Yeah.
So you've got,
yeah.
what, about 13? You're going to get about 26, 27 to 1 by doing that.
I
Why not?
I tend to find that that's sometimes the best thing to do. Not being disrespectful to Tone or to you, Marto, but sometimes,
No.
or even with myself, sometimes I just think, you know what? Sometimes I'll go win-win for you boys and take a place for mine, and then
Yeah.
take mine in a win elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sort of trying not to put all the fruit or the eggs in one basket. So I
You
like
shouldn't. And
I've got a
I get
little
asked things like,
the fruit bowl I've got at home. So I've
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
Tony's
you've
tips,
got it.
Tony's tips, my tips, and then just the desperate tips because we've all got those, haven't we, as
You're
well?
telling
course.
lies now, Taz. It's not a fruit bowl. It's got Turkish delights and crunchies and all those little darlings in it.
The
Come
sweet
on.
bowl.
No, I wish I do.
No, look, I got to be honest. I tell people, they ask me how I play multis, and I tell them never ever double up the same selection.
No.
Excuse me. No matter how much you like it, like
Yeah,
you said, Taz, if you put it to win in one, then it should be a place in another.
yeah, I do.
If
I
you're going to
do.
use that same selection, so never double up because you can get bad luck in a race.
Absolutely, absolutely correct. And sometimes that's where, but the worst thing that can happen, the worst thing is when you take it for a place and it wins. And you then think,
Well,
I haven't taken it for a win where I should have.
yeah,
Because,
you have in your. If you've taken a single ticket, you'll have it for a win.
yeah, well, trust me, I have. I mean, I might come across as the smartest punter in the group, but let me tell you, at times, I think I'm not just the dumbest punter in the group. I think I'm the dumbest punter going round. Because there have been plenty of times I've taken it place and it's bloody gone out and won. And where you get
Well, of
these
course.
doubles or you get your multis and stuff where you've taken $1.80 into $1.70 into $2 or whatever, and you think, oh, that's all right, 8 to 1. I'll have 20 or 50 or whatever you have there on it.
Mm.
And then you look at it and all three have won, and you think, I'm a tosser. Why didn't I
Oh,
just
it's
go for all
it's just a
three?
matter of what might have been. But if you're playing multis, you're trying to beat the bookies at their own game. Multis are the bookies' pay dirt. That's where every mug punter falls over,
Oh,
loses that one
absolutely.
leg, and the bookies clean up. So take the safety for the places. I say go for it every time.
Yeah, I tend to as well, but I'm a bit like a roller coaster at times, and sometimes I
You're
don't.
playing with emotions.
You
Take
know,
emotion out of it.
I,
Don't bet with emotion, mate.
no, no, you're
That's when you'll
definitely
go
right.
broke.
Any hidden
That's
gems, any hidden gems, anything that you found off the beaten track, anything that you wanna that I can take as a snippet and post it up next week and on a Saturday night and say, if you watched the show, you would have heard Tone say this or Marto say this or Taz give you this. Anything there, gents.
I've
Uh,
got nothing this week. I looked and couldn't
yeah.
find anything that
Just
stood
trying to
out to
bring it
me.
up. When we got Flemington race 8, number 2, we've already done that, haven't we? that was my roughie otherwise. I just want to mention I get obviously little shares in a horse going around on Saturday at Donald. Hopefully, it's third time lucky with this one. Charismatic. Probably going to get $1.30 for him. But stick him in your multis on Saturday because first time he pulled a hamstring, second time he's burned bumpers. That means he's kicking his ankles together, didn't kick away. He's ran second in that second start. The horse that won has gone out and won again by another 4 lengths the next start. So
will it
charismatic. Yes, it wants wet.
Okay, well, it's probably going to find it, not because it's going to continue to rain, but I think it is a heavy track at Donald already. So I don't know
Yeah.
an upgrade it's going to
Well, hopefully the rain stops and we get a soft 7, and that'll be absolutely perfect cherry ripe for him. So we're only going to get $1.30, $1.40. He is a trial superstar, and we're waiting for him to produce on the track.
Nice. I'll have a look at it because I know Tony, last week you gave us Cougars, and I think it started at $1.60. So Marto, right in your lane right now. Anything Tone does, Marto can do better.
I've got nothing
Dig him in your
special this
multi and
week.
hope for the best.
That's it. I found one as well, but I don't know what price it's going to be. It's at what is it? At Kembla Race 6, number 7. It's called Air Jordan. It steps up to 2,000 meters. Yeah. I rated this horse a couple of starts ago. Chad Lever's on it. Don't know what price it's going to be. Just waiting for the markets to open. But yeah, never had a crack at 2,000. But I just think it races like a horse that's probably going to like it. And it's been racing in the city. Yes, it did run a placing last start at, I think, Canberra or somewhere on some synthetic. But for me, that was just its, I don't know, working up to it. Hoof on a till, so to speak. So
That's the one.
if you want to have a look at it, maybe have a look at it. Air Jordan at
Kembla.
It's number 7.
Kemba?
Yep. Chad. So yeah, that's my hidden gem.
At Flemington Race 6, Taz, here's a question for you and Mardo there. One of your you both like an old favourite of yours is Rolls. Number
Yes.
2, Rolls is in it. Can it win? And also remember last start I threw out, I think Golden State Warrior ran 3rd. It's in the same race with Dodgy Declan on board.
So's Virtuous Circle.
Don't know about Rolls because Rolls is a Warrnambool special, if I'm right. Is that not right, Marno? Doesn't it just love?
Yeah, I believe so too. It really, really wants a wet track. It's not going to get it on Flemington on the weekend. I do like Virtuous Circle again. It's going to be its 5th run in its prep. It's so much better than its last runs, and it's been waiting for the dry track. You sort of get into the right distance, finds the right kind of field. I think you're getting about 50 to 1 for this one, over 2,500. Virtuous Circle is going to be running on late. That's another roughie for Saturday.
Jeez, there we go. There we go.
She's coming to 34s. So there you go. The money's come in already. But yeah, sorry, Tone. I think Rolls just really wants a wet track.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not one of mine. I just wondered if you guys thought it could win. That was all. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Look, yeah, I think it just wins at Warrnambool. So just hang back, wait for next year again when it goes 4 in a row. James Cummings over in.
He's going to Hong Kong.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Good move, bad move? What's your opinion on that one?
Well, it worked out for David Hayes, so why not? Be nice to have another Aussie trainer over there.
What about J-Mac and Zara over at Ascot?
Oh,
Zara just had
how good was Zara on day 1, winning on Docklands? Drops a whip at 200 to go and rides him home hands and heels and said, I did it because of the whip rule.
There we go.
Look, as I mentioned in the write-up that night, Docklands absolutely loves Ascot, and that was a big, big mistake leaving him out. And I was sick at myself that I did leave him out. It should have been an each-way shot all day, every day at Ascot. And, of course, it proved to be the winner.
Tone, what do you think? Are they honest?
Zara, big money jockey. Yeah, I like Zara. J-Mac's gone right off. Nah, I'm not with I'm not in the J-Mac camp anymore.
He beat the Hop Pop last night.
Well, I didn't really watch
He beat him by 2 legs.
J-Mac, no, I've gone right off J-Mac. He's bloody stuffed me on some rides back. No, I've gone right off him. But Zara's a big money jockey. He's on as the day is long. Always tries his best.
That he does.
He does. Now, before we go, I'm going to throw it out here, and I'm going to record this and remember this. Right now, grand final playoff is between Tone, two teams. Who plays off?
What did I say? Collingwood and Geelong.
Mardo?
Geelong wins.
100% agreed. Collingwood, Geelong. And Geelong will have worked out Collingwood by then.
I'm going Collingwood, Brisbane. Next question before we go. Does Jamara get traded?
Don't know.
Unsure.
Line call. Line. What did I say? Line ball or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of talk at
That
Sydney on him, but yeah, I'm just not sure. Not sure.
Have you guys heard the rumor Bontempelli to Collingwood?
Holy dooly, no. Why would
Okay.
you leave the Dogs?
Really?
Yeah, you know what I heard, and I heard this last night over dinner. Someone who, a good friend of mine who just gets information like we do. But you know why the incident with Jamara is at the Dogs? You know what happened?
No, not entirely.
No.
Pulled a gun. Well, this is speculative, right? So he doesn't mind a party, but he pulled a gun on Rory Lobb, his house.
Right.
So he came home one night, he was off his nut. And yeah, that's what was speculated over dinner last night. And I knew there was a gun involved because that's what I'd heard, not because it's factual. So we're just speculating what we've heard.
Allegedly.
And basically, yeah, so that's why he hasn't been comfortable going back, and no one wants him. And Bontempelli hasn't been happy with the whole process, and hence he hasn't yet signed. So,
Wow.
and Collingwood are really into him. Now, don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I got told last night. All this,
Right. That's huge.
yeah. So, there's our little bit of football chat that we had last night. Gents, less than a minute to go. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
I nearly fell off my chair too when I heard that last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So let's see what happens. Tone, always a pleasure, never a chore. You look as effervescent as always. Marco, you are a handsome man, irrespective of what
I
other
know.
people say.
And you're